Chumash. It's a danger. Is to take it, to take the first Chumash literally, even later on, just to translate it literally, not penetrate the surface. You look into the Seder of Vigash this week's Seder, it's a story, it's a Hashla Kohen, an adventure story. Lahab, it sounds like a play. Brother, prodigal son, goes to Egypt, successful, he becomes successful, and his brothers, who are not kind to him, in the end, it's too. What's going on here? What is it all about? This week's Seder begins Vayigash Yehuda. After all the mysterious events that happened between Yosef and his brothers, Yehuda comes near to him. And this is the final showdown. And afterwards, Yosef makes himself known. And all the questions are answered. That we understand this is Yosef, that they were really not spies. And finally, the curtain comes down, and the whole drama, and Yaakov comes to the throne. There's a lot of... When you sit down to learn the foolishness of death, to really find out what's going on, maybe where can you... First you must put your ear and your eyes and your hearts to the punishment. Learn it, just the text itself, to look for evidence, and then you must look in how the Chazal, how the Chachamim, what do they see in this? I'll just take one little aspect today, and you'll see an altogether different level, different light reveals itself in the Seder. Vayigash Elov Yehuda, and Yehuda came near to Yosef. Yidaber no Avdecha Dova Bosni Avdoini, and he began to speak a diplomatic language and a gentle language and a plea. The Medrash says concerning this approach of Yehuda's to Yosef, the Medrash says the following: Vayigash Elov Yehuda. How are we to understand this coming near of Yehuda? The Medrash brings a sentence, a pasuk from Mishlei. Mayim amukim eitza belevish. There are very, very deep waters. Mayim amukim. There are very, very deep waters. Belevish, in the heart of a man. Mayim amukim eitza belevish. There is an eitzah, an advice, a plan, a thinking, an intelligence that's very, 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 very deeply in the heart of man. The pasuk in the Shul. Mayim amukim eitza belevish. In the heart of man, you see, we look at a person, he looks this way, he dresses this way. The Torah says, Mayim amukim eitza belevish, in the heart of man. In the heart of man, there are depths. And Shlomo Melech, referring to the depths of the heart of man, he said, Mayim amukim eitzav b'levish. You should know there are very, very deep wells in a man. The ish chacham yidlan. And the wise man, the ish chacham yidlan knows how to bring up these mayim amukim from the levish. This is a sentence in Mishnah. What does this have to do with this? Leveir amuka. There was a deep well. Mileyad soinen. It was filled with very beautiful cold water. V'hoyu meimav soinen. And the water of this well was very cold. V'yofin. They were very tasty, very beautiful water. V'loy hoyisa beria yechoyla lishteisemen. But the well was so deep that no human being could go down to the bottom of the well to get the water. Boy came along a man. The kosha chevel b'chevel. And he took one rope and tied it to another. Nima b'nima. One string to another string. Meshicha b'meshicha. Another type of rope to another type of rope. Until he reached the bottom of the well. The dola heimenu. And he brought up water from this well. He drew water from this well. The shasa, and he drank. The ischilu hakoil dolan heimenu v'shoysen. And afterwards, because of this long rope that he made, it became accessible, and everybody who came was a beautiful water. Kach. So Yehuda Moisaz, Yehuda Meishiv Yosef, Dover al Dover Acha Omen Al. So in this conversation, in this dialogue between Yosef and Yehuda, the Medrash says Yehuda spoke to Yosef once and again and again in another way, in another aspect, deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, till the heart of Yosef was unfolded, unfurled, until they saw the heart of Yosef, and Yosef exclaimed, Ani Yosef Achicha, I'm your brother Yosef, and everything was totally different. What is the Medrash telling us? The Medrash wants to explain something, wants to teach us something about this phenomena of Yehuda, Vayigash of Yehuda speaking to Yosef, and the Medrash compares it to a deep, deep well, and no one could reach the bottom of the well, and at the bottom of that well there were these beautiful, tasty waters, and nobody could reach it. Yehuda came and tied a rope to a rope, a rope to a rope, a thread to a thread, all types of rope, till he finally reached the bottom of the well, which was the bottom of Yosef's heart, and afterwards his heart was open. What's going on here? In order to understand this, we must go back to my separations. We have to stop here for a minute, for a few moments, and go back to the beginning of the Torah. And you will learn something fantastic thing. In the beginning of Bereshit, it says, a pasuk, L'choil siach hasode terem yigel, v'omet. V'chol eisev hasode terem yigel. Ki lo himtir Hashem Elokim al ha'oretz, v'odo mayin lavet esadav. The grass didn't grow yet. The Rebbeinu Shalom created grass, but it didn't grow yet. The seeds didn't sprout. The trees didn't grow yet. Why didn't they grow? So the pasuk says they didn't grow. Ki lo himtir Hashem Elokim al ha'oretz. Because the Rebbeinu Shalom did not give yet rain. Because it didn't rain. And then it says, why didn't it rain? Because the ha'odom ayin lavet esadav. Because man did not yet exist to work the earth. So look at the pasuk here. The grass didn't grow. The trees didn't bear fruit. Why? Because it did not rain. Why didn't it rain? Because man was not here. So what's the connection? Why didn't it rain without man being here? So So Rashi brings a fantastic thing. Rashi says, Ma tam lo yilted, why didn't it rain? So Rashi says, because man was not here. The ein magid b'toivosam shel ksharim. Rashi says the following. Rashi says, you know why it didn't rain? Because it couldn't rain before man came into creation. Because if it would rain and man wouldn't be here, the ein magid b'toivosam shel ksharim, there would be no one to appreciate the good, the kindness of rain, the chesed of rain. You have to understand what's going on. The grass didn't grow, the trees didn't bear fruit because it didn't rain. So the Torah says, why didn't it rain? It didn't rain because for ha'adam ayah, because man was not here. So Rashi explains, why was man not here? So what if man was not here? So what if man was not here? So if man was not here and it would rain, so the Rabbanu Shalom would be showering the kindness of chesed upon the world, and there would be no one to be maketoy, to appreciate, to show gratitude, to understand that this is a good thing. What does this mean? Yet further, the Maral Mikrat on this Rashi says a fantastic thing. He says it didn't rain because Adam was not here to be maketoy. Says it, so it says in this Rashi, he extracts a din. He says, therefore, it's also, it's prohibited, we are forbidden to do a toiva to a person who is not maket toiva, who cannot appreciate the toiva that you're doing. He says, you shouldn't do a toiva to a person. You shouldn't show a kindness to a person if you know that that person will not appreciate, will not be maket toiva, will not recognize the goodness of what you're doing. And he passes a din that it's awesome to do a toiva to a person who will not be maket toiva. Now you have to understand, what is he saying? You have to understand there's something extremely deep. What is he saying? A man comes to me and needs something. He has a lack. So the Maral says that I should not do him a favor. I should not show him a kindness if that person is not capable of being maket toiva, if that person is not capable of appreciating, of having a sense of gratitude that I did him a favor. You're not allowed to do him a favor. What does this mean? Why not? He said, also, it's prohibited. This girl is very fantastic concept. That's vital. It's vital to every relationship that we have. We are all individuals. And our individuality must be respected and recognized and protected. To rob a person of his individual existence is distorting the person, is breaking the person, is stifling the person. It's robbing him of something that he needs to live and to grow and to thrive. But a person doesn't end with his individuality. A person is part of humanity. A person, a Jew is part of Klal Yisrael. As important, as significant, as vital as a person's individuality is, on the other hand, as vital and as important is the fact that he must correlate himself, that he's a member of humanity, that he is a human being and he's related to other human beings. There's a passage that says, Oilom chesed yikonim. Oilom, the world. Chesed yikonim, the midah of chesed built the world. Oilom chesed yikonim. Why should I take anything of mine and give another person? Why should I give my hard-earned money to another person? Why should I spend my energy for another person? Why should I deny anything? Why should I deny myself of the slightest little pleasure for another person? What have I got with another person? The teretz is, it's part of me to relate to another person. Oilom chesed yiboneh means the chesed that I do with another person is binyan oilom. This is building. This is creating a world. For me to give one, for me to help another person, theoretically for a moment, for me to help another person, and out of this there should be no creation and no structuring and no building of humanity. There's no room in the mind. There's no room for it. It does not exist. Any kindness that I show, any deed, any word, any act that a person does to another person must come out of Olam Chesed Yiboneh. In some way, it builds the world. Some way, it structures humanity. In some way, it uplifts humanity. As imperceptible as it might be. And the fact of the matter is, you'll soon see, the Maharal says, if I do you a kindness, and you have no sense of gratitude, you accept my kindness, you accept my gift, you accept my act, and you take it for yourself, and that does not engender in you a feeling, a reflecting feeling that comes back, that does not take you in some way, in some aspect, relate you to me because I did that kindness to you. There's no act, there's no reason for me to do it. Because the whole shirish, the whole source of chesed is to tie people together. To tie the both of us to them, to another group, to tie humanity together. The whole source and shirish of chesed is oilom chesed yiboneh. The binyan of oilom is only chesed. So if a person comes and we know this person, that this person is not a makir toiv, that if a person if there is a flaw, there is a lack in a person's character, that a person has to show him, does not have the sensitivity to feel gratitude to the person that's doing him a chesed, the Rav said there's no reason to do a chesed. It's not a mushy kind of a feeling. Well, you have to be kind to everybody, you have to do a good deed to everybody. No, there is no such thing. You have to be kind. You have to be about chesed. You have to do masim toivim only because masim toivim are binyan ha'olam. They build the family, they build the chavrusas, they build the friendship, they build the community, they build the city, they build the state, the country, the world. So the Maharal says, and this we see here, right here. Pasuk says, the whole tziyach asod terem yiyeh. The grass didn't grow yet. The whole eisev asod terem yitzmach before it grew. Why didn't it grow? Ki lo hinta Hashem alekim al ha'oretz, because the Rebbeinu Shalom didn't bring rain. Why didn't the Rebbeinu Shalom bring rain? Let him bring rain, and it'll grow. But other rain, let the Sodom here was not here. So rain is not here, it can't rain. So Rashi brings the Gemara, what do you mean? Rain is a chesed. Rain is a relationship. The Rebbeinu Shalom is goyza. It's the Rebbeinu Shalom's chesed that it should rain, that the crop should grow. But if man is not here to see the chesed Hashem, the kindness of the Rebbeinu Shalom, that the seasons, the 4 seasons, that at the time of the rain must come, the rain comes, if man is not there to stand and express gratitude to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the rain, there's no reason for rain. So the Maharal says, because it's awesome to do a chesed In vain, there's no reason to throw out Chasodim. This is something fantastic. If you understand this concept and you look at the world, and you look at your friends, and you look at your family, and you look at the society, the problems of society are today, they grow by leaps and bounds. If people understood that a chesed that is done with me obligates me, I'm obliged to be maketoy to every person who does a chesed with me. I'm obliged to be maketoy to every chesed that I receive. The whole world will look different. So the Torah says a fantastic, mysterious pasuk. If you learn Chumash, the grass didn't grow, the trees didn't give fruit because there was no rain, and it wasn't here. Rashi says, so what? So Rashi says, man wasn't here, couldn't appreciate the rain. How teaches us what Rashi means. There is no raison d'etre, there is no excuse for existence of doing the kindness if that kindness does not engender binyan ha'olam. We do chasodim with each other. Little acts. A chesed could be a word, a smile. I read this week in a biography of one of the Goyla Yerushalayim. Just died 2 years ago. Rav Shlomo brings him to that side. He's a very big. You heard of him. He's the golden way. A lot of the colonies that go to the prisons and all the worst criminals he would go to their families and go to them. He was very unusual. He just died 2 years ago. So he was speaking to someone, somebody called him a tzaddik. He said, I'm a tzaddik. No, somebody came to ask him for a bracha. So he says, what are you asking me? He says, you're a tzaddik. He says, I'm not a tzaddik. If you want a bracha, he says, 2 houses away from me, there's an old lady. You go ask her for a bracha. He says, why? Why should I ask her? He says, I'll tell you. I remember after she was married, the first few years after they were married, her husband was a very, very rich man. He had children, he had a big business, he brings the name, business. He says, and then he was wiped out. The war, the First World War started, and they were wiped out, they became mamish, amiyah, her husband came from a rich family, grew up rich, and he was rich, and he lost everything. So he went to work, I think, in chimneys or something, like cleaning chimneys or something like that. And he was broke. Used to living aristocrat. But nothing you have to eat, you can't stop. The Jews don't look from those. Those Jews certainly don't. Okay. You become a chimney cleaner. The neighbors began to speak Russian horror, bad things about his writing. They all knew that they were very, very poor. What was the Russian horror? Every evening they used to see she had some clothes left over. They were rich. She used to get all pretty. And they used to see her go out in the street and disappear from the hotel, Jerusalem, not like your houses. They row of houses, locked with a gate, and you go on the street, you go out into the main street, walking. And she used to go away. It was something that they didn't understand. Poor woman, every evening she goes, she gets all fitted up, they put in the paddle, what's going on here? Young people can't do, of course, those know. So till it got to the Rav of the Shkunah. They went into the Rav, they say, they know that her husband is an elephant, he can know that. There was an elephant, they sleep every day, she gets biscuit pudding, and she goes away. The Rav called her. She was very embarrassed. She told the Rav what she does. What does she do? She saw her husband was broken. That the fact that the fall from the station of life is becoming. So she used to get dressed every single night, and she used to walk, the old city where he used to work, to meet him, all dressed up just to cheer him up. She felt the least she could do is to walk him home, and he's to come late at night, nobody saw him again, he worked for him. But she should be all dressed up. She said she didn't know what to do to make him in some way to cheer him up, just to cheer him up. Rabbi Levinson said she's a tzaddik. What did she, if we should sit down and put under a microscope or under an X-ray, what did this woman do? She didn't give him extra food, she didn't give him extra money. She gave him something which is intangible, something you can't even, she gave him a smile. But this smile took a broken person and this is the pshat oilum chesed yibonah. We don't know what we are. We know what we are. Do we know what we possess? Do we know the extent of the potential to doing that? A person has, every one of us, every individual, just in this aspect of oilum chesed yibonah. Here's a woman, she could have sat home, come home, she could have moved. She was as broken as he was. She was as lacking as much as he was, maybe more. Maybe for a woman it's more difficult, maybe a man could weather it better. But instead of that, she took her head and made a cheshbon that she'll get on top of the situation and she'll take him and she'll weather it through and she'll get dressed and she'll cheer him up. I the neighbors will talk, blah, 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 that's fine. Chesed has a power of binyan. Each person has a power to radiate around him such binyan as him. And a person must respect that. But Baruch said he reacted to her chesed and said she's a tzaddik. It's not. Chesed has a power of binyan, and you have to recognize the chesed. And you have to be marketed. And if you're not marketed, there's no reason for that. This woman, if her husband wouldn't appreciate that, if her husband wouldn't have the feeling of hakaras tova, if her husband would not be tied to her more because of that, and because of that one thing, she would not be permitted to do it. If he would accept it as a matter of fact, if he would casually accept it, the Moral says it would be us to do that being a toiv. But she on her part, in his gratitude, his recognition of what was done with it, this tied them, this took one little segment, one fraction of humanity and solidified it, and unified it, that's binyan already. What does all this have to do with you? It has to do with it. Vigigash Enot Yehuda. Yosef, as a child, had dreams. The Oviv Shomar es Hadova, he came home and he said, Daddy, I dreamt there were 12 sheaves and all the 11 sheaves were bowing down. And it says, the Oviv Shomar es Hadova, his father knew who this Yosef was. The brothers were angry. And Yosef was the one who used to play with the children of the handmaids, of Bilhah's uncle. It could be an innocent person, Yosef. Yosef was, you could see, he had such a hakosha for the smallest fun. And he had such a sense of emes that he could tell there was a discordance in the 12 Shvatim. They didn't accept him. And we have to understand that they also knew that he was not a David. Because if it says the Olive Shonar is a Dover, that the dream is the dream. But the Olive Shonar is a Dover that his father got this dream. That his father knew that this Yosef knows what he's talking about. That he's a big person. And the Gemara says that his father used to learn with him. That's the wagons that he sent here. It was a symbol of the Egel Aruf, of the Pasha of the wagons with the Agoras, was the last thing that his father learned with him. To create a Klal Yisrael, to finish the structure which is called Knesset Yisrael, Am Yisrael, there had to be a total unity in the whole structure. They could have come to Mitzrayim and Yosef could have said, hello brothers, the whole thing, I'm your brother. The Torah would not tell us an adventure story of games that he played with them, and he put something in their sacks, and he took this one and put him in jail, and then told me, bring me my brother, bring me Binyamin, and what's with your father doing? The Torah would never tell us a story of games that a person would play. The 12 Shvatim have to become one unit. They had to recognize, there had to be a feeling of Akoros Toivet to Yosef before Klal Yisrael, before Yankev Avinu went into Mitzrayim, before we came there, B'Shiv and Nabesh, that could be one unit. They had to recognize, there had to be a feeling of Akoros Toivet to Yosef before Klal Yisrael, before Yankev Avinu went into Mitzrayim, before we came there, B'Shiv and Nabesh, that could be one solid, indivisible unit of people. And to take 70 people and make out of them one person, that depends on a Hakorah. That is something in the das of a person. For people to be so unified and so together, that depends upon the deepest power, the deepest mental and emotional faculty that a person has. So the Medrash says, by Yigash Elov Yehuda, when we learned the Chumash, Yehuda came over to Yosef. And he began to speak to him about this and about that and my father. So the Medrash said, do you know what went on here? Do you know what Yehuda was doing? Do you know what kind of a happening there was here? I'll tell you, the Medrash says. There was a very, very deep well. And on the bottom of that well, there were beautiful, sweet, cold water. And no one could get it. And Yehuda, Vayigash Elov Yehuda came over to that well. And he took a rope and he tied to another string, to a rope, to a string, to a thread, to a cotton, till he got to the bottom of the well. Then everyone could read. The Medrash tells us that at this meeting between Yosef and Yehuda, Yehuda penetrated to the heart of Yosef. He penetrated to the depths of the heart of Yosef, so that the brothers could understand who Yosef was. So the brothers could be makatoid, so that when they could be amalgamated, they could be coalesced together through the feeling of Hakoros Toid. If Yosef just took them into Mitzrayim, if Yosef just took them into Mitzrayim, welcome my brothers, it's me, it's Yosef, here's Mitzrayim, that's not. They would still say, Yosef already was successful, they mistake. But the Medrash says, by Yigash Elov Yehuda, that Yehuda went and penetrated to the depths, to the darkness of the heart of Yosef, so that the brothers should be makatoid, they should have that feeling, that gratitude, that correspondence, they should all be devout together as one. That was the binyan, that was the Olam Chesed Gibonim Chayim. And that was the greatness of Yehuda's act. We opened up the Chumash by Yigash Elov Yehuda, and he went over and we spoke to him, a dialogue, a peace table talk, blah, 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 and here I'm just. I hope so, that's not so. In order to be a Klal Yisrael, there has to be one. Klal Yisrael is a structure, it's a being. In order for that structure has to be, the people have to relate to each other. They have to have the feeling and look at Yosef that they say, Yosef saved our lives. Yosef, we are tied to Yosef, with every strand and every fiber in our heart, we are tied to Yosef, and Yosef to us. Then you have a Klal Yisrael. And that's the meaning of Ayid Hashem of Yehuda. You have to look in the Medrashis and the Shabbat here. Because when you look in the Medrash, if you want to learn like a mature person, what did the Chachamim tell us here? That Yehuda went and Yosef's heart was a well, and he got to the bottom of Yosef's heart. What is this all about? They had to create a Klal Yisrael. You could never create a Klal Yisrael if the people were not tied to each other, tied never to be untied. And that's what Yehuda did. He showed to all the Shvatim, the Eitzer Amuk of the Levish, the depth of Yosef's heart, that Yosef never was divided from them. Now that they're together, now that they're going to Mitzrayim. It's not a simple matter. We live surface, we live externally. This characteristic, you talk about school, about education, about children, to develop in a child the sense of gratitude is an art. It's not a luxury. I think that if a child could be imbued just with this one sense, to have gratitude for every kindness he or she receives, I think that child, you set him on a road that you never have to be afraid that what will happen with that child.